Hi there. Is buying a car a good investment or not? Of course, as human nature, each of us out there desire to own assets. And in fact, a car is not something in isolation. All over the world, people desire to own cars. And in fact, not just one car, multiple cars. And that's so because they have their own favorite models. And even those people who you think have a lot of cars, they have the most state-of-art sports cars out there, actually desire to own more and more cars because year in, year out, we have new models of different cars coming out. Of course, year in, year out, also people's perspectives, people's dreams, people's desires change. But the big question is owning a car an investment or it isn't? Is what I'm going to be discussing in this video in details. You are all much welcomed to the Money Daily YouTube channel. I'm yours, Afagza Sifunam. And by the way, if you know, kindly remember to subscribe to this channel. Join the family for you to be getting daily updates, daily insights regarding how you can actually multiply your money. Having said that, what is your favorite model of your car? Share with us in the comment section. What is your favorite dream car? Which car model are you really yearning to have one day? Drop a comment down below in the comment section because you might just find out there's a good number of people out there who also desire to own that particular car model. Having said that, I think owning a car could either be an investment or not. What do I mean? Like any other asset out there, in case someone buys something and this something is able to give them money, then most likely that's an investment, right? But if someone buys something and then this thing they've bought is actually draining their pocket further and further, then it isn't an investment. And I'm saying so because a car could be either of this. A car can be an investment in the context whereby someone buys it, for example, for commercial purposes. In case, for example, someone buys a minivan, right? Someone, for example, buys a car to put it on the road, for example, as a taxi, to put it on the road, for example, to be carrying passengers and so forth. And actually, this car is able to be giving them daily profit, which at the end of the day outweighs the cost of purchasing this particular car or even this particular minivan, then that is an investment. But in case someone buys a car for their own personal use, this, guys, is not an investment really. It is a liability. Because what it does is that each day, each month, it requires for you to be pumping money into maintaining it. It can't actually self-maintain itself like a car purchased for commercial purposes. That's why I think a car can either be an asset or a liability. And when I'm talking about an asset are the ones which I'm considering good investment. In case a liability, most likely it might be a bad investment, depending on the context too. And that's what I want to examine in a bit more details. In the realm of a car being a liability, to what extent can it be a bad investment? Let's appreciate both the details relating to the car and beyond that, other macro factors. Because a car owner doesn't operate in isolation. They operate in a given economy where there are factors out there which affect actually their experience while using that particular car, affect their expenditure while maintaining that particular car, and so forth. To give you an example, Nairobi City has many cars on the road each and every day. In fact, we're talking about daily in the city of Nairobi, there being almost 500,000 vehicles. And in excess in the entire country, we're talking about there being about 3.1 million vehicles in Kenya. Thinking about it, this is some crazy form of congestion. In the city of Nairobi, having 500,000 cars on the road, that's why, guys, we constantly have these crazy traffic snarl-ups on the road. And just thinking about it, the economies of scale, thinking about it to ensure there's actually more and more efficiency. In case private car owners could leave their cars at home and then use pooled means of transport or even use the public means, we could actually be doing business more conveniently in the city. What do you think? With a high number of cars, we talk about there being increased traffic jams in the city and so forth. And by the way, more and more people are continuing to buy cars each and every year. To give you an example, I was looking at, for example, data for last year. We're talking about there being over 250,000 more cars gotten into the country, which is kind of insane and a crazy statistic if you think about it. And then the second pointer is that in this breadth of cars increasing in number, infrastructure is not really expanding at the same rate. For example, you've all seen in Nairobi City, over the past about 15 years or so, the main or the major constructions with regards to roads have been the Thika superhighway and also the expressway. So we're not seeing a situation whereby infrastructure is actually being revamped at the fast rate at which cars are increasing in the city. And this only tells you that over time, we're going to continue having crazy traffic snarl-ups out there. We're going to continue having instances of people crowding on the roads each and every time. So I think depending on what you're going for, depending on what your bargain is, then it could even be more efficient for you, for example, to be walking to work, right? To be having pool transport. And then this at least is going to assist us decongest our city. And talking about congestion, in the light of global warming, in the light of climate change, over time, I think also as a country, we're going to need to start thinking about more environmental friendly kind of fuels, right? We're going to start thinking about going fully on hybrid or even going fully on electric. At the moment, we're still heavy on diesel and petrol. I think over time, we're going to start thinking about going green because this pollution is actually going to be bad in net for all of us out there. And then a last pointer I want to share with you is that also a car could be a liability based on one's financial position. To give you an example, believe it or not, the highest number of people out there, the majority, actually acquire their cars through loan financing. I'm not saying loan financing is bad, it is actually good, but why strain to acquire a liability so that you can strain some more to go out there and continue paying exorbitant amounts of money in terms of financing the loan which you acquired for multiple years? It beats logic. Really, it beats logic. I think it is more prudent, for example, to go for leverage in case you want to set up a car business. But going for leverage to finance your own pleasures and then get a liability which is going to continue usurping your money over time doesn't make sense at all. And I think for this last point, that is automatically a liability because in fact it is a double liability. You adding to the liability kit with regards to maintaining that particular car, and even you entering a liability of having to pay loans which you got into for you to be able to finance this car. But all of us are different out there. Some people think cars are more convenient, cars are assets, and so forth. Others have the same kind of thought, whereby cars which haven't been planned, cars which have been acquired on heavy loans, which someone is going to finance for multiple years, are liabilities. What do you think? Do you think owning a car is an asset, a liability, an investment or not? Share with us in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching. I look forward to share with you other videos next time.